Hey everybody, this is Kevin from Texas Yardman and More. Today I'm doing a video on shucking oysters, and wanted to show you. I've got some simple ingredients here. Picked myself up oyster shucking knife from Amazon. You can pick these up. I think I got two knives for shucking. They don't have an edge on them or anything. They can't cut yourself. And they have this little tip on them that's kind of bent to help you pry the oysters open. And with that came a pair of oyster gloves, which protect your hand against the shells. And so just wanted to, I think I paid like $13 for the whole set. And today I just wanted to demonstrate how you shuck an oyster. And over here I have a bag of oysters that are from the Gulf of Mexico. I live here in the state of Texas, and these are fresh Texas oysters, and I think this bag contains about 8 or 9, and I picked these up at my local grocery store seafood department, HEB. And so I just kind of wanted to show you what these oysters look like. And so here is what the oysters look like. They come banded with a rubber band to keep the oysters closed. And there's about 8 or 9 in there. And inside the bag, each of these bags comes a certification tag of where they came from and when the sell-by date is. And you know, this kind of lets you know that they came from Jerry's Seafood, and that is in, looks like Smith Point, Texas, and it has the telephone number and the address of the seafood company. And it tells you that there's a sell-by date on here, and it tells you the quantity that's in the bag, and there's an actual stamped number on here. So I guess this is something that they're required to have when they sell shellfish. And we're just going to put this to the side. And it came in a nice little bag. Jerry's Oysters, hand selected, Smith Point, Texas. And these are wild oysters from the Gulf of Mexico. So in here is our oysters. These look nice and big. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse these under some cold water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, just to kind of get all the stuff on the outside of them off. Fresh water. And we're going to start off with one of these oysters. We'll just go ahead and take the rubber band off. And I'm going to go ahead and slip on my oyster glove. This is pretty much to protect your hand. We do have some lemon juice here, and I've got some cocktail sauce and some crackers. That's how I like to eat it. But you can basically, once we get this open, which I'm going to show you right now, is what I do is I like to look for an opening and start prying. And it has that bent tip on there, so that helps you kind of get into the oyster. And some people like to start back where the joint is, where it opens from, but I just look for any little opening or crack that I can get it, my tip of my oyster knife into, which this one is being pretty difficult. You know, sometimes you have a little bit of an opening. I'm actually going to try a different one. See if we can pick one that we can get into. I already had purchased one bag of these and ate them a few days ago, and you just got to kind of work it. There you go. So I've got that one in between both shells, and you just kind of simply pry up, and you can kind of work your knife along the edge to where you can open it, and then you pull the oyster apart, and inside there is that delicious oyster meat. And what I like to do is dump the water out of it. Some people just slurp it right out of there, right from the oyster like this. And I choose to eat it on crackers with cocktail sauce, but you know, you can eat them just like this if you like, where you put a little lemon juice on them. Just put it on both sides. And I'll take a little bit of this cocktail sauce that was fresh from H-E-B. And I really love cocktail sauce, and then you can just slurp it right out of the shell. That is really good. It's a fresh oyster. Luckily I live in a state that borders the ocean, so it's 3 hours away to the coast, so eating fresh oysters is not a problem. I know there's a lot of other seafood companies out there where they'll ship them right to your house overnight, or I would assume a day or two, and you can get them fairly quick. But we got ours from Jerry's and purchased through H-E-B. So that's how easy it is to shuck an oyster. Wanted to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to be notified of the next video, just hit the bell in the upper right hand corner. Thanks for watching. You have a great day.